I love entrepreneurs. I had a startup, I have a few startups now, but we have to recognize that people who do startups are basically irrational. You know, the odds of success is very low. You know, I don't know about here, but in the US, if you open a restaurant, you basically have not looked at the statistics, because the odds of a restaurant to succeed is very low. The odds of failing is very high. Most people lose money. But as a society, I want people to try, because it's wonderful to live in a place with all kinds of restaurants. The same thing is true for entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs take crazy risks. And it's sometimes not good for them, but it's good for society, because they really drive society forward. So entrepreneurs, I think, have higher confidence. They probably have some more biases about their own ability. They probably don't understand probability of failure in the way that they should be doing. So they're probably biased in slightly different ways. I think for many people, trying something new and different is actually very challenging. They think of it as very risk-taking, and I suspect that entrepreneurs actually enjoy that kind of risk, and therefore they take sometimes too much of it. There are many, many processes when it comes to decisions about what to purchase. I'll give you a couple of examples. And by the way, many of them are not rational. So think about something like relativity. The idea of relativity is that we can't evaluate things in absolute way. We evaluate in relative ways. Relative to what? Whatever is around it. So if you have a place that has small, medium, and large coffee, all of a sudden the medium might look like a better deal than if you just had one coffee. Or think about something like a sale. If something used to be 200 shillings and now it's 100 shillings, why would you possibly care? Why would you care about what something used to cost a year ago? But we do care. Why? Because it gives us a sense that, relatively speaking, this is a better deal right now. So relativity is one of the elements that influence buying. Another one, of course, is emotions. You know, it's when you see something next to you, you feel very differently about it. There was one study where they showed people a Snickers bar. And in one case, they gave them a text description. Here's a Snickers bar, written the word, how much would you pay for a real one? Other people were showing a picture of a Snickers bar and say, how much would you pay for one? Other people were shown a real Snickers bar behind the glass, but it was a real Snickers bar. The people that saw the real one were likely to pay about 40% more than the other two. Why? Because the moment you see something, your emotions get evoked. Your emotions don't get evoked when you read the text or when you see a picture, not to the same degree. Our emotions get evoked seriously when we see something. And of course, whenever we go to a supermarket or a store, they know what gets us to make decisions, and they use sometimes those against us. There are many other elements, of course, to how we decide to shop. One more is to think about our ego. A lot of things that we buy are about conveying to other people who we are. The logo that you have on your shirt conveys to people who you are. The car you drive tells people who you are. The backpack you have, the computer you have, a phone, you have all of those things. And when we come to those decisions, they're not just about the functional use of the product, they're also about what we're conveying to other people in terms of who we are and how wonderful we are.